Sri Lanka is facing an unprecedented economic crisis. The country's foreign exchange reserves have dropped sharply, meaning they'll struggle to pay for imports in the coming months. The BBC's Ambarasana Thirajan reports from the capital, Colombo.
Niluka Dilrukshi is adjusting to the new reality. Until recently, she was using a cooking gas cylinder to prepare food for her 4 children. But now, firewood is her only option. Her husband is a day-wage laborer. With the rising cost of essential items, they are struggling to make ends meet.
Cooking gas cylinder prices have almost doubled, and we cannot afford it anymore. I used to provide fish and vegetables daily to my children. Now we are giving them 1 vegetable with rice. Earlier, we used to have 3 meals a day. Now we can afford only 2. We can't spend all the money on food, as we have to spend on their education as well.
The increasing food prices are hitting the families hard, particularly lower income group families. And the prices have gone up to 30% for some items in this year. With the government facing more problems in the foreign exchange reserves, the prices of certain food commodities are likely to go up further. The crisis is unprecedented. Sri Lanka has banned the import of several items, following a sharp decline in foreign exchange reserves and falling revenues. The pandemic has made matters worse for tourism, the mainstay of Sri Lanka's economy. As a result, millions of Sri Lankans have been stretched to their limits.
Sri Lankans are quite sensitive to food price inflation. There has been already a lot of negative sentiment regarding the constraints that we are seeing. And I think it is probably quite close to a point where there is a lack of further tolerance of this level of price escalation on food prices in particular.
Sri Lanka has been borrowing heavily to boost its economy and infrastructure over the years, especially after the end of the civil war in 2009. Now, it faces the prospect of a loan default for the first time since independence from Britain in 1948.
We had to go into a restriction of imports because the pressure on our current account as well as on our trade deficit was increasing due to the pandemic situation. But as a responsible government, we need to manage it. One thing, we have to make the stuff available, and then make it available at an affordable price.
The government has dispatched its ministers to several capitals desperately seeking loans. But the move is seen as a firefighting exercise than going for the root cause. With further import restrictions on the cards, for people like Niluka, it will be a challenge to keep the firewood in their kitchen going. Anbarasana Thirajan, BBC News, Colombo.
Sri Lanka has started 2022 on a rather precarious note. The economy is in a bad shape, so much so that Colombo has had to shut down diplomatic missions, 3 of them. Why? To save foreign reserves and cut costs. Which missions are these? There's the Sri Lankan High Commission in Abuja, Nigeria, the Consulate General of Sri Lanka in Frankfurt, Germany, and another Consulate General in Nicosia, Cyprus. They've all suspended operations starting the 1st of January. The Foreign Ministry of Sri Lanka calls it a restructuring in order to minimize expenditure on maintenance of its missions. These are desperate times for the country. It is facing its worst financial meltdown in history. Let's look at these numbers. In the next 12 months, Sri Lanka has to pay $7.3 billion in domestic and foreign loans, $7.3 billion, which includes $500 million sovereign bond repayment by the end of this month. How much money is there in Sri Lanka's foreign reserves? $1.6 billion. Doesn't add up. Reports say Colombo plans to settle some of its debts by turning commodities into payment methods. Last month, it used tea to pay off $251 million in oil debt to Iran. But not everyone may agree to such barters. Sri Lanka is expected to default on its payments. To make things worse, inflation is at record levels. In November 2021, inflation in Sri Lanka stood at 9.9%. By the end of December, it was more than 12%. Then we have food inflation. In November 2021, it stood at 17.5%. By the end of December, it rose to 22.1%. With inflation at record highs, prices of essential items are soaring. The prices of wheat, flour and cement have gone up by 10%, petroleum and cooking gas up by 85%, milk powder 12.5%. And that's not all. The World Bank estimates that nearly 500,000 Sri Lankans are now living below the poverty line, and in 2022 the numbers will look worse. The country's rich and elite are planning to leave. Look at this headline: an increasing number of Sri Lankans lining up to migrate. This is from a survey that was conducted in November 2021. It found that 1 in 4 Sri Lankan citizens is looking to migrate in order to escape the impending financial doom. How does the Rajapaksa government plan to stop them? How does it plan to get Sri Lanka out of this economic crisis? The same way Pakistan repeatedly does, through an IMF bailout. The Sri Lankan cabinet is reportedly planning to seek a bailout from the International Monetary Fund. A high-level cabinet meeting for this purpose was held today. We are awaiting details. We'll keep you posted. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.